So, which of the cast of the new film best fits the characters that you imagined in your head?
Oh man, choosing a best is kind of hard. Well, I can't actually. But as far as, well, I think Shailene Woodley as Triss is really spot on. And I mean, there's a wide cast, super talented, and they all make the characters their own. But I think Shailene's able to balance that strength and vulnerability really well, and that was just perfect. I mean, with Triss, it was important to get someone who had a huge range because she goes through a lot of things. And, you know, anytime it's in a science fiction or not quite real world, that becomes especially important because you have to imagine the emotional reality inside of the impossible situation. And she just does a fantastic job.
If you could change anything in the series now that you've written it and it's finished, would you change anything?
Well, I think as you grow as a creator of anything, you feel like you could go back and I could do it better this time, you know, but seeing the movies has kind of brought it out for me that Janine, not as three-dimensional as I would like probably in the books, so because, you know, Kate Winslet is able to bring kind of a new nuance and motivation to her. So especially in Insurgent, Janine has a more specific reason for targeting Triss, which I think adds a lot to the story. It makes it, you know, a little more believable because otherwise it's like, who is this 16-year-old girl that this grown woman is obsessed with? Yeah. So I think that's what's like over time stood out to me the most, just making my villains less villainy and more like real humans. So it's something I'm working on.
So you say you're working on it. What's next for your writing?
Well, I'm writing a new series.
Great.
Yeah. So it's a duology, 2 books, and it is sort of Star Wars-y. So set in space and about a young man who unites with someone who is supposed to be his enemy in order to get revenge.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Glad to hear that.
Are you a gardener or an architect writer?
Oh, man. So I started out as a gardener, I think. That's the little more like spontaneous one, right? I remember this is George R.R. Martin who talks about that. Yeah. I used to be a gardener, but over time I've become more of an architect. So especially with writing series, especially genre fiction, it's like there's a lot of planning that has to happen, and the more you plan beforehand, the less sticky situations you find yourself in. So I've changed over time.
Awesome. What advice would you give to young writers who are just starting out?
Well, I just read Yes, Please by Amy Poehler, which was a great book, and I'm a big fan of hers. But in it, she talks about one of the qualities that she sees in common with creative people who become successful is ambivalence, which is weird. She doesn't mean ambivalence about the work itself. Passion for the work itself is something she emphasizes, and I think she's right in that. You need to be really interested in doing the work that you're doing, but ambivalence about the success or the results of that work is really important. So you have to be able to do the creative act without thinking about how people are going to react to it or whether it's going to be successful or, you know, all of that stuff, because that stuff will make you crazy and you also can't control it. The only thing you can control is the work in front of you. So that's my advice for young writers.
That's a good one. I'm sure you get this all the time, but which Hogwarts house would you be in?
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased that all 3 of you have given really different answers.
Oh, really?
Kaylin said Gryffindor.
Of course.
Kaylin said Slytherin.
Of course. Oh, that's funny. Yep, Hufflepuff. All the way. Badger to the core.
Hiya.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so they're just really short questions. So
I love a lightning round.
Yes. So, firstly, what is your biggest fear? Deep.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, do you want the one that plagues me the most, or like the real deep? Well, we don't need to talk about that. Yeah. Okay. So anytime I have a nightmare, it's about bugs, like swarms of bugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like Triss and the birds.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Smooth. Me too. What is your typical Friday night in one word?
Home.
Yeah. Your favourite song?
Ever?
What song you listen to most? The song you listen to most?
Oh, what am I listening to? Right now, I'm listening to Every Other Freckle by Alt J a lot.
Oh, okay, I haven't heard that. Your favourite shape of pasta?
Shape of pasta? That's a great question. Bow tie.
Okay, good. That's what she said too. Your shoe size?
9.
Okay. And Apple or PC?
Apple or what?
PC.
Oh, PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
Mhm.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
It was fun.